Hey, very, very good evening to everyone. Thank you for joining me on the Saturday night. This is your host, Kevin Foong. Okay. So, so technically, what we'll be looking at here for tonight is we'll be doing a lot of sharing on the topic of Qi Men Dun Jia. Okay. So if you just join me for the first time, I'm very happy to have you here with me tonight. Okay. So of course, when we talk about technically, this is one of the fastest way to get that success using metaphysics. Okay, just let me say hi to some of you that you just came in. Okay, if you just drop in, just help me to type a hi, right? Or let me know where you guys connecting in from. Okay, it has been a pleasure to have you on a Saturday night with me. Okay, so we have wow, it's quite a fair bit of people tonight. Yeah, so we have Marilyn, right? We have Tiara Go. Okay, we have Sing Ting Yi. Wow, from Nottingham. Wow, this is I think almost a day and night is difference, huh? Okay, and we have Jen, we have Helen, right? And we have hi Joshua, hi Derek Wong, hi Iwan, right? Hi Pang. Okay, well, quite a lot of you coming in tonight. Can you let me know where you guys connecting in from? Which country are you guys connecting in from? Are you connecting from Singapore? I know most majority of you should be from Singapore and Malaysia, right? So that should be one of it. Okay. Okay. I think Anna is from Philippines, if I'm not wrong. I mean, we taught quite a bit back in last few years. We were very active in Manila. I was doing a bit of courses in Manila, and of course, we have Cynthia. Cynthia is from Manila as well. I have Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Ron. Hi, Adon, and wow, it has been great, great, great. Okay, so keep all your comments coming now. We always, as usual, we try to make this a two-way interaction while you can learn a bit of metaphysics, can learn a bit of 八字 feng shui, Qi Men. Primarily today, I'm going to be talking a bit more about Qi Men, yeah? So we have Jovin from Singapore and Y Sing Chan, it's from KL. Welcome, right? So we have Joshua from Singapore. We have Yap, Singapore. We have Mayeti from Philippines, right? Marilyn from JB, welcome. Okay, we have a lot of Malaysia friends, right? We have from Morocco. Wow, this is okay. Well, we are really hitting globally right now. Okay, thank you for connecting with me here tonight. And of course, as usual, tonight my sharing will be more onto the topic of Qi Men Dun Jia. Okay, so this is again what we'll be doing now. If you will be logging on to our show, we have been trying to do a little bit of lucky draw for you guys. Okay, so if you just come in, can you just do me a favor right now? Please help me to like the post, help me to share, help me to set the post to public. Don't do a watch party, yeah? Set the post to public. Now, when you actually do that, what happened is you will obtain the status that's called sharer. Wow, I see a lot of you is very fast now, huh? So, for example, Michelle Chua from Singapore right now has gotten a sharer. So, how she actually got the sharer status is you like, you share, and you set the post to public, right? Because among our lucky draws, we are trying to use, people who obtain the status of sharer, and we try to give priority to these people, right? So if you can help us to share, we have Leo, right, from Holland. Wow, very warm welcome. Okay, that's from the Netherlands. That's nice. I always love Holland. It's a very nice place, right? And especially I also kind of love Amsterdam. Okay, been there for quite a fair bit. Really love the people there, and you realize that their technology there is much much more advanced. Okay, so a lot of people, if you have them find out from Amsterdam, maybe a time for you to take a trip there. Right? It's a very very nice place. I'm completely in love with the place. Whatever you have learned from the news, whatever is not positive about Amsterdam, I would tell you don't subscribe to the news. You need to go there yourself and visit it. Okay, so and of course we have Helen, right, from Singapore. So now if you have like and share, please help me to set the post to public. All right, don't do a watch party. Share already, set the post to public. Now this is what we'll be actually doing here, right? So technically today we'll be giving away 2 lucky draws. Okay, so there'll be 2 sessions of lucky draws, right? So for the lucky draw, technically what we'll be giving away is you get access to our 八字 Jumpstart program, which is valued at $497. This will allows you to decode your destiny chart, right? So if you don't know what is in it for you to this year, starting from this month onwards, I will be teaching you the knowledge from there, and you can get access to it. I mean, we have more than 4,000 over sign up. The last launch we had was last month, so we're still giving you this access to this price. Right, so all you have to do is very simple. Later, I'll be giving you the instruction. And hi, Mr. Su, have registered for your upcoming Semen course. Thank you for subscribing. Right, so technically, what happened is, once you have gotten online, if you need any help, do approach our team. Our team will be in line with you directly. You will get access to the Qi Men Dun Jia, the Semen Starter program. Yeah. Okay, so. And of course, we have Ali, right? So that's good. Glad to have you online. Okay, let me just give you the instruction. How do you participate in the lucky draw? Right? So as usual, what you'll be doing here is this. Okay. Now the keyword is technically Semen. So this is what you have to do. So first and foremost, you have to like, you have to share, and then you have to set the post to public. So what happened is during some time, you want to log on all the way to the end of the session, because beside the lucky draw, what I'll be doing is I will also be, giving you a Semen activation. So do you like a Semen activation for wealth? I mean, if you do like it, please type in yes, right? So let me know if you want a Semen activation for wealth. Now, what happened was I've actually sent that instruction, all right, using Semen. Now, this is technically what Semen Starter is all about, yeah? So if you don't know what Semen Starter is all about, it's teaching you how you can be doing this selection of whether you're using it for wealth activation, right? So if you like the Semen activation for wealth, please type yes, right? So towards the end of it, I will actually be giving you another activation date and time. So if you miss what I've given you 2 days ago, you can still be tuning in. In fact, what happened is I did a lot of the feedbacks was tremendous. Okay, now before I get on to the activation right at the end, so please make sure that you join me throughout this live session, because I'll be giving you instructions on how do you use the Semen activation instruction. It's quite simple. It basically probably only takes, I think, less than 5 minutes of your time. So you have use the instruction, and what you can be doing is after activation, I thought I will share with you a little bit on what is the feedback. Okay, so now what happened is this: when we were actually sharing the Semen activation for wealth, this is one part of it. Yeah, before I actually go into the part, let me just tell you how do you participate in the lucky draw. Again, the keyword for tonight is Semen, right? So you have to type in Semen, right, as one word. So that means you have to get Semen as one word. Okay, so technically, if you don't know how to do it, this is, let me just put it up, the instruction on the screen. Okay, this is technically the URL. Yeah, so what I want you to be doing is you have to type in the keyword, one word, Semen, right, ongoing. So during the whole of this session, what I'll be doing at some time, there will be 2 lucky draw winner, right? I will distribute across the session. It will not be together. I will actually be looking at the phone, and I will do the scrolling, right? 3 refresh and the 3 scroll. So the first one that gets to pop up, right? That means your name came out, and then you had the keyword Semen, and then it shows that you like and share. That means you obtain the status of a sharer. Then you'll be the lucky draw winner, right? So from now all the way to the end of the session, as and when it depends on how often you want to key in this, this code word. So if you key in Semen itself, right? So if you like every minute you want to key in once, it's up to you. Some people like to key in every 15 seconds, so it's completely up to you, because I'll be just doing the scroll in between, and then right after that, once you get it, and then immediately I'll select that. Of course, my team will check that you need to like and share, because if you don't, unfortunately, we have to give the prize to the next person that's in the lucky draw, right? So it's very straightforward. So if you are in the first time with me on this session, okay, so very simple: like the post, share the post, set the post to public, and then you obtain the status sharer. Key in the keyword Semen time to time, so it's up to you. Every minute you want to key it once, every 10 seconds, every 1 second is completely up to you, because I will not tell you when I will actually do the draw. So sometime in the middle, I'll say that I'll be doing a draw right now. I will show you my mobile phone. I will do the 3 scroll. The first name comes up, you get it, right? So it's very straightforward, right? So when you get into the lucky draw, you will win and walk away with the prize of, I always believe in not giving, money, I can just give you a $50 or $100 for that, but then I don't think money is good enough to help you. I'd rather help you with knowledge, right? So in this case, I think 八字 is the first tool I use in my life transformation before I even do anything else, is to look at my own date of birth and time. And fast forward to today, our training has reached hundreds of thousands of people, right? So worldwide. So we have a very, affordable cost from, $97 to $497. But of course, we got higher learning for those that's really techy. Now, but this award that this special price that you'll be walking away is a $497. This is the 八字 Jumpstart program. It will allows you to gain insight, right? What is going to happen within the next 1 year, all right? So, and I'll also be teaching you how you can actually, technically be able to connect with the key characteristics, the strength and the weakness of your 八字 just by through the program itself. It's a very simple episodes, 5-6 episodes to get you started. But trust me, a lot of them have actually used it, and then they went to upgrade to the 八字 Mastery 10x. So that is the full-fledged program. So if you want to get into the full-fledged program, that will be the 八字 Mastery 10x. But today I thought that since we are here for tonight, that's why I set aside some small prize for you to get in touch of the lucky draw. But you probably are more interested in the Qi Men wealth activation. So this is what happened. Technically, I'll probably just share my screen right now. So apparently, why am I doing the Qi Men activation is because we do this from time to time, right? So myself, my staff, right, and all our people, our partners, our clients, we give them instructions on using Qi Men for all different sort of things. We have some, we use it for legal, right, to win a legal battle. So that's Qi Men charging, right? And then we use Semen Divination to look at the current situation and looking for ways to diffuse. Some of you has tuned into my previous episodes before. I think this today is probably episode 14 or 15. Now, the past few episodes you probably can see. Now, if you have not been to my past episodes before, don't worry, because at the end of it, I'll give you a link. You will be able to access all of the episodes that we have recorded this far. So you can gain insights into all the wisdom. Now, so this is what actually happened. Now, since I'll be using Qi Men for so regularly, I thought that the fastest way to introduce you, to let you know the power of Qi Men Dun Jia, is to give you a day and time to try out yourself. I mean, what's best than trying it out, right? I mean, once you get the result, you'll be ultimately so convinced why so many people is tapping onto the power of Qi Men Dun Jia. Now, in case you are not sure what is this art I'm talking about here, what is really Qi Men Dun Jia? Now, okay, before I go into that, 2 days ago when I sent out the instruction, I said this, right? I said that go into the south, right? During a particular time, it was from 3 p.m. to about 4:50 p.m. So I said during that particular time, I need you to basically, right, just have the back of your head, right? I'm not saying anything else, just the back of your head to be pointing to a certain direction. So I did indicate the direction inside the email. So if you're on my mailing list, great. I mean, a lot of people benefited, right? Our mailing list is currently is about 110,000 in total, right? So we did a blast, right? Thousands and thousands of people have applied, and then we got few hundreds feedbacks like this one. So I thought I'd pick a few of them and let it shown to you. Of course, what we do is we blank out the email. So because these are private information, we don't want to give it out. Technically, this is coming from Luchi. See, Luchi is, thank you for the Semen wealth activation, unexpected work offer for me. So when I give out the Semen instruction, I only say a very clear instructions. You want to use this Semen for wealth and money related events, right? Anything else, if you want to use it for healing and other things, that is, you can use it for other Semen, but technically the date I'm giving to you wasn't for healing, right? So you want to learn how to do it for healing, you can immediately get onto the Semen starter. I'll teach you for using healing, clarity, and everything. But 2 days ago, when I give out the instruction, it was solely only for wealth activation. So the instruction was very clear. All you have to do is just to sit in that direction during that 2 hours. So why is it 2 hours? It's because now in Semen Dun Jia, we actually uses this hourly Semen chart. Now the hourly Semen chart changes every 2 Western hour, right? So in Chinese, we call this, we actually call this 1时4个钟. So technically, we are looking at the system as, if you are using from a Westernized point of view, then it's between 3 to 5, 5 to 7, 7 to 9. So it's every 2 hours the chart will change. So if you actually use the Semen hour, maybe 2 hours later, apart from the time I've given you, you realize this is not going to work for you, right? So exactly that when I pick a very good Semen date and time, please try to utilize it, because a very powerful date and time is not every day. I wish it's every day, but unfortunately it's not. But Semen does have various grades of date. Example, you have a grade that, this date is like 70%. There's another date is like 80. And the date that I actually had for you 2 days ago is at 95%. It's a special formation. I thought that this only comes in that 1 month, okay? But fret not, because today, follow me to the end of the live session. I'll give you one more date, right? So if you miss the 2 days ago one, there is no excuse for you to miss this next one, right? Because this next one is going to be a few days away. I'll give you the actual date, right? So when you have the actual date again, follow the instructions. Please do it. So you see, Luchi actually use it to activate her work. So you see, when you want to do the Qi Men activation, what you want to do here is generally quite straightforward. You want to be setting an intention. So what do you mean by setting an intention? You see, everything itself, we are talking about energy vibration. Okay, how you are feeling about certain things, how certain thoughts comes to your mind, it's all energy vibration. Have you ever felt to you that sometimes you woke up, you felt like you're on the wrong side of bed? If you have got this before, just type yes. So how many of you has got out in one day, suddenly, you know, nothing has changed, you're still on your daily routine, but you felt that you seems to be gotten out on the wrong side of bed, right? You don't feel good with your body, you're feeling sore, but you're not exactly sick, right? So if you got this sort of moment, just type yes, right? So at least I know some of you actually know, you know, do you have this sort of energy vibration that you are feeling apart from it, right? So Janice Chen was saying yes, and then of course we have Anna. Anna say yes, okay. So Michelle, okay, and of course Tiara Go say yes. So why is that so? It's because likewise I'm trying to tell you that, you know, everything else is all about energy. Now, Qi Men Dun Jia is unique in the sense that it's telling us in that particular 2 hours, what is the energy going on within all the 8 directions. So it's not anything that is too difficult for you to understand, right? So in the whole world that we're going right now, there's always 8 directions. But which direction technically is governing what sort of energy? That's why I need 2 days ago when I sent out the instructions on my email, I specifically stated your back of your head. All right. Now, some of you was like, why am I looking at the back of the head, right? Now, in ancient times, I don't know, you heard about this thing before, right? Some masters likes to probably feel the person head at the back behind. Now, technically, I mean, my students, they know the back of my head, there's a very big bump, right? So technically, we call that in terms of structure, the Long Mai Xie, right? That means to say it's the dragon meridian spots right at the end of your tailbone of your head. So if you look at the back, if your tailbone of the head, this is where they say the accumulation of past cosmic energy, the karma, it's strong, right? Or your, you know, your awareness is of, you know, some people, they are like black magic users, some people, they are like priests, they are like Taoists, or they know how to activate certain energy. And all this we are talking about is all using energy, you know, that is locked inside the back of your head. So if you don't know what am I talking right now, try to feel the back of your head right now. If you feel that you actually have a bump, right? So if you got a bump, right, at the back of your head, it's somewhere around this section, right? Right at the back of your head, there's a bump, right? That's good because that is what we are looking for. But if you don't have it, it's fine. That means that you just need to learn a system, right? Those that have it, usually they are more spiritual. Okay, when you're spiritual, you sense energy. So you go to a certain place, you know, hey, you know why I don't feel well in this place? I need to walk out, right? So that's the back of your head. So try touching that. Any one of you have this, okay? I know in quite a few of my students and instructors, they all have this, okay? I personally have a very huge bump. Probably, I'm not sure whether I knocked my head when I was a child. Probably that happened. But anyway, I do have that, right? At the back of my head, there's a huge bump. So if you got that, type yes, okay? I want to see which are the group of people that is in this group right now that you are the group that has, you know, very fantastic, you know, vibrational energy. That means you can understand metaphysics, right? You can understand, you know, technically a lot of things in the space. You may understand astrology, you understand tarot cards, you understand numerology. So a lot of this alternative discipline out there, you get it very fast. So the one that says yes, okay, so we have, I think we have David. So David says yes, okay. Some says yes, Diana also have it, right? So Melvin has it, okay, that's cool. So Elvis, no, right? So that's perfectly fine. If you don't have, it's fine. That's why we say that if you don't have, then you learn the system. The one that you have, and then you learn the system, you actually excel faster than anybody else. Okay. So when I immediately know that this was one of the criteria many years ago, this is more like almost 20 years ago. It was one of the criteria that, you know, my masters wants to felt it. Okay. It's somewhat like a bump or a little bit like we call that a long mai xie. That means the dragon meridian spots at the back of your tailbone of your head structure. Not everyone has it. Some people, they has, it's kind of like flattened, but if you have it, you touch, right? So this is an indication that, you should be doing very well, right? If you study 八字, you study feng shui, you study astrology, the way once you got this information, it almost like manifests like 10 times. Okay. So of course, if you can felt it, then this will be good, because this is in fact one of the key criteria. Ancient day masters will need to felt it in order, to access that whether they should take you in as a student. But of course, the times now has kind of changed, because with technology, with proliferation of internet, now we realize that it's not hard for us to be teaching skill sets like that in the system. So that's why that these days, if you want to study 八字 Qi Men, you don't really need a master to feel the back of your head anymore, right? You can just subscribe online. Immediately you get access to the program, and then you get to learn in your own time. So it's gotten a lot more easier. All we are saying here is, if you got this, congratulations to you, because you have it in your blood, like it or not, in this lifetime. Okay, you will have this. It also means that your sixth sense generally will be stronger. Now, there's something that's called, of course, sixth sense eyes. The next live, I'll probably talk a bit about face reading. There's something that we call sixth sense eyes. Is certain people, when you look at their eyes, it's not like their eyes is sleepy or anything. Technically, there's certain shape structure in the eyes. We call that this person, technically their sixth sense is very strong, right? So that's one way to be looking at it. But if you don't know, right, then you can be plotting your 八字 chart. So you want to, again, I did talk about 八字 chart. If you want to plot your 八字 chart, that will be at the this URL here. Okay, if any one of you want to plot your 八字 chart, is mypazi.info. Okay, so that if you got the indirect resource and or the eating god, any of these two stars inside your percentage, look at the percentage area, then technically your sixth sense, your metaphysics training skills, your natural abilities in this area, you are very strong. Right? Now, if you don't have it, it's fine. Then you got to check whether your luck pillar right now, do you have it? So your luck pillar has it. Now, luck pillar is more of like a 10 years thing, right? So every 10 years, your energy will change. So if you have it in the luck pillar, it just means that in these 10 years, you are highly open out to this vibrational energy. Your learning skills in metaphysics is very strengthened, right? So that will be more of like a time-limited ability. So once your luck pillar is over, probably your awareness tends to goes back to its normal self. Right, but those have inside the natal chart. That means you look at a natal chart, you got like 50%, 60% in terms of the natal chart. Then congratulations, because you are born to do this sort of things. Okay, then it's good to have you come on board to learn 八字 Qi Men or even feng shui. So we also have technically, if you look at it, we have Eddie. So Eddie, actually, I think Eddie used it for discussion, right? So actually, Eddie discussion, if I'm not wrong, he was talking something about it's in their favor, right? So they are actually talking about a sand negotiation. That means to say that they were negotiating for buying or selling of sand, and then they won a contract. So this is it's sent in at I think it's 13, which is actually I think today, this morning at 10:54, right? So and then we have Anna, right? So Anna was using it to get many wishes. Okay, so in terms of Qi Men Dun Jia, let me explain a bit. Some people think that Qi Men Dun Jia is all about, no, I need to clock in as many wish as possible. Maybe my wish right now is to give me another 20 wish. Unfortunately, I'm going to tell you this, right? If you want to use Qi Men Dun Jia efficiently, first and foremost, when you set the intention, right, you need to be very specific. Now, if you're going to say that, I want to be well-to-do soon, that is not going to help, right? So you need to be specific. I want to be closing sales, right, within this week. Okay? You need to mention what is that sales you're talking about. As specific as you can, because this is where you're connecting to the greater energy, right? There's a higher rims, higher energy that's out there. When you use Qi Men Dun Jia, you're connecting to the current time space of the higher energy. Once you are able to do that, right, when the connection is forged, then you are tapping on their strength to lend power to you. So why some people, thinks that, why we can use Semen for so many things. Can you imagine? Do you know that you can even use Qi Men Dun Jia to find parking space? Although I know it sounds useless, yeah? But it's not going to be useless when you are stuck in a car park lot like 20 minutes and still not able to get a lot. Do you know you are able to use the Qi Men right now, and then you look for which is the direction that has the stars that allows you, and then you connect to the direction, you ask for it, find me a parking space within the next 1 to 2 minutes. And then there you go. I mean, I I have to admit I use that quite a few times, right? When you get caught in long parking jams and then you're not able to find a parking lot, right? I did do that before. Okay, so that's one of the application of Qi Men Dun Jia. And of course, Anna, I think it was using it for 5 wishes, but very quickly, right after 12 midnight, right? The one of the wish came true. So I don't know what she actually wished because it wasn't stated here. But I think Anna is inside the chat here tonight. I think I saw Anna name. Anna Lisa. If you're here, just type me, right? So at least I know you are actually inside the chat right now. I remember seeing Anna, this person, yeah. So technically, what I'm talking about here, you see, then we have another, yeah. So Anna is actually here. I saw Anna right now. Okay, yeah. So this testimony is coming from Anna. So Anna is from, I think, from Manila, right, from Philippines, if I'm not wrong, right? So you see, I sent out instruction 2 days ago. If you got the destiny to actually do what you do, this is what happens. There will be some group of people. Sometimes they ask for advice, and then they receive the advice, and then they look at advice. It's like, do I want to do this or not? I'm lazy. I don't feel like trying. Then you're not going to get the results that you want. Ultimately, is that right? So understand that any of the special advice that I send through our email, if you have not gotten your email, please subscribe to our email, right? Our mailing list. We send very good updates from time to time. A lot of people has benefited. Now, not all the things that we send, we are asking you to sign up for courses. It's not that. We share a lot of good practices in 八字, in Feng Shui, in Semen Dun Jia. So if you have not come on board, then please come on board on our mailing list. Don't worry about how you can come on board, because at the end of it, I'll be giving you, a way whereby you can connect with us. So in the future, you will be able to receive any things that's coming from us in Chinese metaphysics. Okay. So, and we also have one more lady. This is coming from Miss Hui, right? So Miss Hui, and if the font is too small, maybe let me just read it out. So she was saying I think it was got something to do with she probably is in a tuition center. I'm not sure, because based on the email here, it does say that it's got to do with some enrollment program. So this is what Miss Hui says. Child was supposed to sign up 2 weeks ago, but was unable to close the enrollment due to difficulties in some documents. Now, I was not disappointed, as I always been having this type of scenario, which is quite frustrating. Okay, and then open bracket, don't know how to solve this situation. Now, I received your email and decided to take your advice. Immediately on the next day, 11th of June, I received an email telling me that the issues has been resolved and the parents will be enrolling the child soon. Now, not told to me when they are registering. Suddenly, on the same afternoon, 11 June, Thursday, the parents registered the child and then telling us that the school will be started on 15 June. Thank you very much. You saved me, right? So this is coming from Nancy Wee, right? So you see, although this is just like a short testimonial, but it means a lot to us, because we know that sometimes when we give out this sort of advice, because you see, coming from the point of metaphysics, now mind you, I'm a businessman, right? I started a long time in the data center field, right? I'm still in the data center industry. Now, in case you thought that I'm doing only feng shui consultations at Academy full time, this is just one of the core business. I had a long time business in data center. Now, data centers, we've been doing that for a long time. Now, if in case that you have no idea that all this while, what we have been doing here is we've been trying to share a lot of useful advice to a lot of people. But when people benefited like this, and then they come back, they say, hey, you changed my life changed. This is not what money can get us. This is basically fulfillment, that we did a little something, we add a little bit of value into their people's life, and then as a result of that, certain things change. But of course, being a businessman, what I want to emphasize on back in those days is, I'm coming from a very scientific, angle. Before I even learned 八字 and feng shui during those days, right? I like to see that, I want to test this, will I be getting consistent results? So I'm pretty sure some of you right now you are watching, you may be saying that, really, can Semen Dun Jia did so many things. So that was the whole reasoning why I told the team, guess what? I'll be doing a research, one very good date and time, powerful based on semen knowledge, and I'm going to send it to all of the members that subscribe to us. So the one that take action, right, is the one that benefited. Right, obviously, I know not everyone will take action. Maybe we send out to 10,000 of people, probably, I don't know, right? 50%, 60% took action. Maybe 30% they managed not to do it on time. Or maybe, some people here wasn't able to do that. Oh, so we have Nancy on the show, Nancy Tan, all right? So I'm not sure, is this the same Nancy we are talking about? Probably, yeah. So that's Nancy, right? So if this testimony is coming from you. Thank you for that, right? So technically, this is what we are talking about. You see, every testimonial comes in, it says that, my life is changed. It changed certain part of my life. And some of you saying that, education is not cheap, but I always say this, imagine, let's say this enrollment is closed. I don't know what's the value of this enrollment. I mean, certainly, I think this enrollment can be easily worth hundreds to thousands of dollars, probably, right? So, and then we have, just now we have Eddie. So Eddie has closed a contract selling or buying of sand. I don't know how big a sand contract is, but technically it's definitely going to be worth more than a few $100. So all I'm saying is, hey, you need to think long term. Sometimes to me, today, I always say is that, the one thing that I thrive on is always knowledge, because knowledge is ultimately the one that will change your life. People giving you money is not going to change your life. I mean, this is just a one-off thing, right? And of course, we have Rika. So Rika Chan also did it, right? And she says she's getting more sales. You see, this is another... Obviously, all of these people, you guys logging in, you're genuine, right? I did not create 6, 7, 8 account coming in to talk all this rubbish. So you guys know where you're connecting in from, right? So this is technically one of the few, things that we want to emphasize. That's the power of metaphysics. Metaphysics allows us to have the foresight, right? And ultimately having the foresight, that's also the tools and application to transform your life. Okay, so imagine that you will be able to tune into the application of Semen. And Semen is not difficult, because what happened is when we talk about Semen, we already had a Semen plotter that's already done up for you, right? So this Semen plotter here is accessible anytime. You want to access it is at semen.live, okay? So you want to access this plotter is at semen.live. Don't worry about not getting the URL, because towards the end of it, I'll send you guys a guide. So on the guide that I'm having here on this Semen Secret and Feng Shui, of course, without the feedback, okay, all of these guides that I'm having here, I'll send a copy to you guys. I'll give you instructions how do you get this if you don't get this the last round, right? So the guide will get more and more updates over time, right? So the next session, I'll put in information about Semen Destiny Chart. So which means to say that not only can use Semen for fighting the battle, winning the active ground right now, and you can also be using Semen for plenty of things. Some of you is saying that, hey, you know what? I'm not into money. I want to heal my body instead. Can I use Semen for healing? Apparently you can, because Semen applications, there is a total of 8 doors, right? So if you understand, based on all the 8 doors, there is a lot of different mechanics of the doors. So let me just bring you down to the part where I talk about a Semen chart itself. So if you look at technically Qi Men Dun Jia, right? So what you find is this: there is a total of 8 different doors. If you don't know where the door is, it is basically the one that is technically circled. So if you don't know where the door is, let me just try to draw this out for you. Okay, so let me just bring out my pen tools for a while. Okay, so the door, in fact, these are the doors we are talking about. So those that is in the square box, this is called the door. Now the door always governs the current energy and the event that is going on right now. So we usually utilize the doors to help us to get the outcome that we want, right? So that is one part of it. That's why we had it circle right in the center, because technically that looked something more like a door instead. So if you don't know what is a door, it's basically what is right in the center, right? So that is what a Semen chart technically looks like. And of course, a lot of people is afraid of studying Semen because they think that they have to memorize how to generate a chart like that. So that is something I actually eliminate out for you, right? So the key thing is you don't need to memorize how to plot the chart, this and that, because that is a technical application of Semen. I prefer you to know how to apply Semen in your life instead, right? So I'm not going to ask you, hey, you study Semen starter, and then what you do is just to memorize how to plot the chart. This is a waste of time. You want to know how to plot the chart, we have training like for those. But right now is we are teaching you how you can be using Semen for sales, right? For activation, for for legal compliances. So example, you are going to the court right now for whatever reason, and you want to win with probably the judge, giving you more favors to your end. Is Semen possible? Yes, it is, right? All you have to know is how to figure out how do we actually decode this information. And decoding is not hard. I was just giving you step 1. This is what door you find. Step 2, this is the stamp that you find. This is it, right? So with the door and the stamp and the instructions, just follow. So if you want to use this for sales, refer to the sales episode. If you want to use this for healing, refer to the healing episode. So that's why we've broken it down to very simple facts for you to understand. In fact, I don't know if you study any bit about Qi before. Qi Men Dun Jia, when I was taking out with both of my masters in very, very early days, we started way at 2012. That was my first Qi Men, technically that we start to teach. Now, 2011, 2012, during that time, I went to took on knowledge with Taiwanese masters as well as China masters. So a course with them actually cost 30,000 Sing, right? It's a 5 days class. I need to fly all the way there. I'm going to spend, that kind of time. And at the end of the day, I don't get a calculator like this one. There is no profiler. There's no Qi profiler. I need to go back because to them, they believe in manually plotting. Now, to me, because I'm a businessman, I always thought that application is more important. If you want me to manually plot the chart, it's not that I can't, I can, but it's probably going to take me like what? Maybe, I don't know, 4 hours to double check that all of the stars they are plotted is correct, right? So that is one of the factors that I thought that these days, let's focus more on application, because ultimately, you want to change your life. You want to transform your life and to get the goals that you want. So what you really want is really the application we are talking about here, right? So that's really coming to the part on using, Qi Men to your advantage. So this is technically what it is, right? So if you look at Qi Men Dun Jia, we use it for a lot of different things. But these days, a lot of people use it for sales, right? I don't deny that. We use it for sales as well. So all our team, before they send out a newsletter, before they send out email, before they talk to clients, they actually use Qi Men activation. So how do you really activate? Now, if you follow my instructions back then, it's quite simple, right? You need to get into meditation mode within that 1 minute, okay? So if you don't know what is meditation mode, it's the mode whereby you close your eyes, right? And you relax your mind. Now, when you relax your mind, your body frequency will start to, go down to a certain level where you start to feel a lot of inner peace coming in and this sort of things, right? So some people, when they do yoga meditation or do the other sort of meditation, they start to get into that mode fast, okay? But if you're not used to meditation, so what you want to be doing is you still want to, close your mind and then envision that, okay, the methods that we're using in our academy is you can focus on the thoughts, or there's a light right in the center of your forehead. Now, this part here is technically what I say is connection of the third eye. Now, if you don't know what third eye am I talking about, I'm not referring to religion here. I'm referring to, if you study any form of chakra, energy, vibrations, you probably know that it's this spot right here. This is called the third eye. Now, some of you, your third eye is already enhanced. It's already open. So what happened is, your sixth sense is extremely strong. Or some of you, you probably have this sort of deja vu moment. You know what's deja vu moment? It's like you have suddenly there's that feeling, hey, you know what? I've been here before. I seems to done this before. Oh, I seems to somewhat know this thing will happen, right? So if you have a deja vu moment, type in yes, right? So I need to know whether have you got this sort of energy vibration before. Now, what am I telling you is when you want to use your Qi Men activation, all right, you get into that mode, then you set the intention. What do you want out of this, right? So when you're setting an intention, you are actually connecting yourself to the highest energy up there. Once it's connected, okay, this is where then you can deliver your intention. What intention do you want? So that's why a lot of times I keep saying that setting intention is so important, right? Because if you set the right intention, you are what you are based on what you focus. So I hope that I'm not confusing you here, right? So remember this, you are what you are based on what you focus. If your mind only focus on negative energy, bad thoughts, people is going to sabotage you, right? People is going to harm you, or your health is failing, guess what? Your body will be tuned to that frequency. So be very careful what you bring into your work, all right? So if your work is, you have a lot of people, is telling you a lot of negative stuff, and then all you are is tuning into their rubbish and their, they always empty all their rubbish onto you, and then you're taking it in, it's not going to be very healthy for you. So you need to know what you are tuning in. So if you're focused, you realize all this while has been on negative stuff, you cannot take what is going on anymore, you cannot accept that, COVID is out of control, this and that, and you are so negative, please, this is the time that you need to do a complete shutdown, and you need to refresh your mind again, all right? Because that focus that you're letting in is also depends on, if you're letting in negative energy, then your whole body will be subscribing to that. Over time, you become a very depressed person, you become very less optimistic. Even somebody were to put an opportunity to you right now, you would tell yourself, hey, this is fake, this is bullshit. Okay, so this is why I'm always telling you that if you want to be listening to your body once in a while, right? So sit down, have some me moment with yourself. Listen to your body. What is your body saying right now? Is your body screaming for help? Or is your body right now, is in a very peaceful manner? You are able to gain a lot of vision. You're able to gain a lot of wisdom, right? There is no fear. Now, technically, when you get no fear, it's because you got wisdom, right? Wisdom will overpower fear, right? When you got wisdom, you are in control. When you let fear overtakes you, you lost the control, because technically fears will give you all of the devils that comes into your mind, right? You start to think people is going to sabotage you, right? Your family member is going to backstab you, and this is that. So if you're only focusing on people that's backstabbing you, guess what? Your next life, or your current life right now, your next month, all of the energy is exactly what you see, right? Because this is what your mind is focusing. You're focusing, I have to be careful. The moment I get to office, this person is going to backstab me. That person is a bad person. You're only looking at all of this thing. This is what you'll find, right? So very important, right? When you are using Qi Men, because I use Qi Men Dun Jia to do relaxation and to heal the spirit and the soul as well. Okay, so in case you don't know how we are doing this, this will be taught and covered in the Qi Men starter, right? So Qi Men starter, I'll teach you. Realize one of the episodes I talk about healing. I talk about gaining access to the high energy. Now, when you're in the high energy, do you know what? You can actually have this ability to download information from the high energy. So what is this part about downloading information? Now, some of you in your Bazi chart, if you got indirect resource, you got eating God, you probably know what I'm talking about. Some of you, if you don't, it's okay, right? So when I talk about downloading, it's like sometimes when you are connected to that higher energy, you're asking for help, you're asking for knowledge, you're asking for wisdom. You realize very fast, it gets downloaded down into your mind. So in order for you, if you are going to learn all of this by yourself, it's going to be too slow. So that is one of the higher way of us tuning into the higher energy and get connected, right? The power of Qi Men Dun Jia allows you to do that. So when I actually give you a date and time to tell you that you use this for wealth activation, I'm not the one that is giving you this wealth opportunity. It's not from me. I'm basically teaching you a system that just from the system that is a pattern, right? Based on the pattern within the 2 hours, that's your window, right? So within the pattern and the window, all you have to do is to connect yourself to this higher energy. And then when it's connected, and then you're retrieving the information, and then you execute your intention, and then this is what happens. So if you got your job, you got your sales, you got everything, it's because you got connected to that space at that point of time. And then that space connection reach out to whoever you want to be connected to. So if you say, I want that sales offer to go through, right? I want this viewing, maybe if you do property, I want this virtual viewing right now to reach more people. Again, you tap into the power of Qi Men Dun Jia before you do the viewing. Then right after that, you realize the response before and after is two different things. So that is the active power I'm talking about, your current time space. Now, for some of you, if you don't understand Qi Men Dun Jia, you don't need to understand. You just need to know how to use it, that's all. Okay? I'm not teaching you that you understand every mechanics of Qi Men Dun Jia. That's the whole reason when I say that I designed this Qi Men starters. The whole idea is very simple. I want to teach you this within that 5 episode. All right, you will know how to use it for sales. You know how to use it for meditation. You know how to use it for healing. Some of you, if you need your inner mind energy to get healing, you can do it. Okay, it's not going to be hard, right? And some of you, if you want to use Qi Men, technically, like I said, a lot of us will be using it for sales and money. You can also use it for relationship. All right, still remember there are some difficult moments. You want to talk to somebody, or you're in a difficult relationship right now. You do not know how to reconcile how to get your relationship back. You can actually use Semen Dun Jia to be connected. And right after that, then you talk to your partner. You realize that the outcome will be totally different. So why is that? So why suddenly you are connected and then the way you talk, the outcome becomes different? It's because you get to download the information, right, on how to handle this matter the way it's supposed to be handled, right? Not by your way, but it's by the higher energy is guiding you. So this is exactly what it is, right? So this is not a black magic system or what's not. So Qi Men Dun Jia has been around since 5,000, 6,000 over years, right? It has been practiced by in the ancient times. Okay, the most famous about this Qi Men Dun Jia is by this guy. It's called Zhuge Liang. Not sure any one of you has heard of him. The guy Zhuge Liang is very famous in this battle we call the Battle of the Great Cliff. 赤壁, there's a movie. It's being played by I think Liang Caowei. So if you have not watched it, Liang Cao and Takashi was actually the guy that played Zhuge Liang. It's a very fantastic movie. Go and watch it, right? So he shows you how in that one battle, right, how he can actually win against Cao Cao, which is the arch enemy back then, right? So Cao Cao has a huge fleet of hundred thousands of boats, okay, and then they were able to win this war with some small fleets of ships, but setting them on fire. In the famous battle, they call this 借东风. That means to say you borrow the east wind. Now, did Zhuge Liang really borrow the east wind? Not that he really borrowed, but he did see from the Qi Men chart itself, in that time, strong wind is going to be coming from the east. All right? So that's what it means by borrow the east wind. Because during that time, in the time of the battle, it's supposed not to be blowing east wind. It's probably supposed to be blowing the other direction, but not east wind. So the enemy definitely anticipated none of this would happen. But suddenly east wind come. So how does this happen? This is the part of Qi Men Dun Jia. Yeah? So that's the key things that I want to be teaching you here today. Yeah. Okay, let me just pick a lucky winner for now. Of course, we got 2 lucky prize. Huh? So the first lucky prize again, you will get into our 八字 Jumpstart program, value at 497 USD. Right. So of course we had quite a lot of people, right. So this is Miss Wu. Miss Wu was telling you the battle of the Red Cliff. See, there's a huge story about this. But right now, what you'll be using is technically, we are using the art of Qi Men to win in our daily war. Now, I'm not telling you that, Qi Men is so amazing that, there is no failed case studies. Now, Qi Men to me is when you understand current time space, you get an additional percentage boost. So my question to you is this. If today, right now, whatever task you're doing, if given that you are able to get a 10%, maybe even 10%, let me just do a trial, a 10% boost. Let's say you're going to get sales right now. I'm going to help you with a 10% energy boost for you to get this chance. My question to you, will you want it? Right? So if you want it, type 1. Right? So if you want it, type 1. Okay? So if you don't want it, then just type 2. So let me know 1 or 2. Right? If you want it, you type 1. So I want to know, because to me, you see, if I know that I'm putting my hard work right now at 100%, all right, and then someone is going to help me with the additional 10%. Don't say 10%, even 1% I'll do it, right? Because I know my hard work plus that 1% is 101%, okay? So sometimes you say, I need this to be 100%. You don't really need 100%. Sometimes even at 10%, you already win this war, right? 10% is all you need. What you do not want is you are currently at 39, and that 10% is, getting you to 49 only. But technically, anything that you're putting your maximum effort, right, you want it to be at, right, 10%, you'll get it, right? So you see, a lot of us is getting, so Derek say yes, Christina say yes, and then, Nancy says she wants, right? See, all of us included. You give me a 10%, I'll take it. But guess what? Qi Men can help you up to 70 to 80%. The best formation can go up to 80, 85, right? But in the worst formation ever, you still get a 10%. So likewise, I said that, there are certain times you don't get to choose. So example, you were to go for a boss meeting right now, and the boss is trying to tell you, right? So in this meeting, you cannot control the outcome. Guess what? You can actually take out your Qi Men right now, and then look at where you want to plug into the energy, right? So you got 8 direction, right? So one of the way to be using this is one of the secrets, yeah, is you can look at the Qi Men right now and then says that, okay, this is the direction that is powerful. Later on, I will try my best to sit in that direction, because maybe this meeting is about the boss doing an appraisal for you, okay? So of course, if your boss is the one, sitting inside his room, you cannot take over his seat, yeah, that would mean that you will lose your job already, okay? But let's say if you are in with a customers, right now you're meeting customers maybe in McDonald's, you're meeting your customers at some Starbucks random place. Guess what? Do you know that for us, the people that knows Qi Men, right, you should actually charge the energy before you meet your customers, right? So this is actually what we are giving out. We handle a lot of high-profile cases that went 6 digit, 7 digit to 8 digit, right? So some of these high-profile cases where there's a lot of party negotiating, we usually give the party that's involved very specific Qi Men instruction. This is what I want you to do at this time. You walk into the building, right? So this is the time I need you to charge with the back of your head pointing in a certain direction. I need you to set your intention. Okay, so once you set your intention, right? So some of you is saying that, okay, I can't meet outside, right? So don't worry about this, you see. So Miss Wu was saying that, oh, I can't really meet outside due to COVID-19. You are right. But do you know that I can actually do a meeting with you over Zoom, and I can still use Qi Men Dun Jia? So how does this work? the time before I actually go into the Zoom meeting, right? Within that 2 hours. Remember, in Semen, it's always a 2-hour battle formation. In that 2 hours, what we want to do is I will look out the Semen and I will find which is the best direction if I want to win this negotiation. I will sit in that direction. Don't need to sit, or you want to stand, it's up to you. Have the back of your head point to that direction. Go into the meditation mode, right? And then within that 1 minute, right? If you can do it faster, better for you. But if not, 1 minute is good enough. 1 minute, set the intention. Be specific about intention. When you get it done, right? This is it. Within that 2 minutes, you're in the mode, right? And then you go inside your Zoom meeting, right? Inside a Zoom meeting, you don't have to be sitting in that fixed direction anymore. But first, obviously, if you can, then that's even better. So if you hold a laptop, then I will find the best direction, because if you think that the Zoom meeting is going to be like an hour, then within that an hour, what you'll be doing is find it, and after that, sit in that direction to be connected, right? So once you are connected, technically what you will be doing is you realize within that 1 hour Zoom meeting, the outcome is in your favor. Okay, see, that's the power of it. You don't really need to go out, right? So all I'm saying is, if sometimes you're meeting people outside, you can do the energy charging using Qi Men Dun Jia. But if you're at home, you can do it at home as well, right? So this is one of the core training. Okay, so with the first winner, this is what I'm going to be doing. So now, if you want to participate in the lucky draw, this is how it goes. If you've not done it yet, right? You need to like the post. You need to share the post to public. And while sharing the post to public, you need to set the post, technically set the post to public, right? So once you've done that, you obtain the status of a sharer. So once you're a sharer, I will now do a refresh, and then I'll do a swap back. So 3 swap. The first one that appears at the name, right, technically will be the winner. Now, if you have won the prize before, I will actually give it to the next person, because it doesn't make sense for you to win the prize twice. I hope you give other people a chance. So if you have won it before, I will have to repick again. But if you have not won this and then you are a sharer, then congratulations, because later on my team will get in contact with you. So this is what we'll be doing, right? So technically this is the page right now. All right, so what I'll do is first swipe, second swipe, and third swipe, right? So the first name is, this is from, okay, third swipe, this is from Jen, right? The first sharer is from Jen, right? So Jen Jen Hu, I think it's something it pronounced like that, huh? So HUHL, right? So that's Jen. So congratulations to Jen. Jen is a sharer. So my team later on will check whether you like or share the post. Okay, so Jen, later on, do drop our team a message. We will give you access to the $497 US dollars 八字 jumpstart program. I hope that will help you to give you a good jumpstart in your 八字 destiny chart, right? So this part of the training, does everyone finds it simple? Okay, don't worry, there's one more winner coming out. So you have not been doing this, okay? So try to be typing the keyword. The keyword is Semen. So if you saw everyone is typing the keyword, is to participate in the lucky draw, right? So Jen, yeah, I saw you right here. So that's this Jen, yeah. So I hope you enjoy this. All I want to give it to you is knowledge, because I hope that with this knowledge, right, I will power it up technically to a level that I can change your life. This is something that I hope that you can understand. Yeah. Okay. So this is one other things that I want to be talking about is, okay, probably what I will be doing here is, let's take in some of, okay, I'll probably take in about 2 callers. So if you want to get on me online, right, where I can probably use 八字 or Qi Men Dun Jia to answer one of the question, right? So we try to keep it short, one of the question. If you can do it online, you want to come online with me, this is what you will do. Now you need to put out your video and as well as your earpiece, right? So what you can do here is to type in on, get in on this link right here. So I'm actually sending the link. So when you got the link, right? So this is the link that I'm showing you right here. So I hope that you see it. Okay. So this is the link, yeah. So what you do here is you can click on the link, all right, and then you can come on the live session. You can ask me any questions that you want, you need help with. This is to use, technically Semen Dun Jia to help you with your current situation. But first, try to keep it to one question. So I'm trying to take maybe 2 person, right? At least I can help 2 of you out there. If you can come on board, right? So tries to pick the one that is a sharer, right? So you have not shared, try to share. So in the meantime, while waiting for you guys to be connected, if you want to be connected, click on the link, right? So once you click on the link, You need to show a video, and then I'll be able to put you online, and then I'll be able to talk to you, and then hopefully that we can use Qi Men. Now, the next part of the training that I'm using here is called Semen Divination. All right, so Semen Divination is basically I'm able to get connected, right, to the current situation right now. Now, when you talk about Qi Men Dun Jia, it's always talking about current situation. If you're base it on a current question that you're asking. So tomorrow, if you actually plot a Semen chart again, you realize the chart kind of changed. It also means that there are changes to the environment, to the question that you're asking. It's not that it's not accurate because everything changed. Huh? You see, every minute, that person might be sitting here right now, is sitting in another place, right? So this is how Qi Men is accurately able to forecast what is the current situation right now. So sometimes when we plug onto this, then you'll be able to ask, you can question Qi Men, and then Qi Men will give you the energy guidelines. What is the direction right now? And based on your decisions, okay, what is it that you have to be doing, right? So I think I have, okay, so if you want to get on board, do remember to click on the link, all right? Put in your video and then put in your mouthpiece, and then after that you can get online with me. I try to talk to 1 or 2 person. If we got time, we can talk more, but I'm trying to keep this within an hour. Yeah. Okay. So let's talk from the first person. Okay. So this is what I'll do here. I'll probably change my screen back to this first. All right. I try to share my screen. Yeah. So we have, of course, I have Rika. Right. So let's get Rika online. Yes. Okay. Wait. Okay, so we have Rika, and then let's ask. Okay.
Yes.
So Rika, are you able to hear me?
Rika
Yes.
here.
Yes. Hi. How can I help you, Rika?
Okay. Very good. I'm so thankful, Master Kevin. Yeah.
You're most welcome.
Wait, I'm just trying to figure out how come I can hear 2 sounds. How do I actually make to
If
one
you can
sound?
hear 2 sounds, is okay. Usually you probably wants to lower down the volume on the one that's coming out, because else it will get echo, right? So that's why usually we will plug in using a earpiece.
Yeah, I'm actually using a earpiece. That is why I also find how come.
Okay, then you probably can turn down the sound of one of the device. Then there should only be one sound.
No worries.
Okay, yeah? Okay, maybe I can help you with a question. Yes. Okay, you want to let me know what is your question?
Yeah, correct. Oh, I get what you mean. I get what you mean. Yes.
Okay,
I think I get what you mean. Okay, can.
Yes. Let me know how I can help you.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Okay. Right now, as you know, probably you may not remember. I wanted to sell my house since some time ago. Then finally, right now, I'm actually having an agent to help me out, and the price is actually not we wanted yet because of the currency pandemic. So my question is whether should I actually sell it, or like I can actually, I don't mind if let's say it can get a better price in like maybe 1 year later or what. I'll just rent the whole house and then I'll go somewhere to stay.
Right. Okay.
So my question is
Rika,
whether I
can
wanted
have
to sell now or like yeah.
Sure. So can I have your year of birth? Do you know what's the
Sure.
year of birth?
Yeah, 1972.
1972. So born in the year of the rat, yeah?
Yeah, but it's I'm not in the pig because I'm born in January. So
January.
January.
Okay, so if January,
Yeah.
then it is pig, yeah? Okay,
Yeah.
so 1972. Okay, so technically,
January 10.
looking at the palace, all right? So
Yeah.
some of you, if you just join in, right? So this is one of the palaces that we can look into, all right? So of course, you are talking about house and assets right now.
Correct.
Whether it's a good
Yeah.
time to be,
Mhm.
whether to sell it now or
Yeah.
to wait until a better time whereby you can sell it at a much more higher profit. Okay.
Correct.
Of course, right now in the current COVID-19 situation, obviously, the way I'm looking at it, definitely you will get into, probably very low offer right now, because a lot of people think
Correct.
these are desperate sales, right? A lot of people think these are desperate sales.
Correct.
Logically, I haven't looked into your chart yet, but logically, you probably will not want to sell now if you still got
Correct.
holding power. Okay,
Correct.
this is what
Yes.
I'm telling you based on the economic factors, yeah. Because
Mhm,
once you are going to sell it now, the person that's going to offer you is probably going to 10%, 20% lower than market rate, and then you think that you got no choice but to accept it. So
Correct.
it's not a place where you want to put yourself. Now,
Yes.
looking at your current position right now, it's not exactly too bad, because you are still sitting in very good palaces, right? So you're still in technically live door, and then you got some of the very good stars. So in terms of the way I'm looking at it, even I say that your current money condition right now, your wealth condition right now, I think you are still fine. Okay. And although there are some people trying to convince you otherwise, this is what I see inside your chart as well.
Correct.
Some people is
Yes,
telling you, no,
exactly.
you should actually
Yeah,
sell it now, right now.
correct.
This is the best time,
Yes,
right?
yes,
How I
yes,
actually
yes,
know
yes.
this is because I saw this sign here. There's this snake.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you
because
look at snake,
yeah,
snake being
correct.
snake, right? I'm not saying that they are
Yes.
snake,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you get the idea. Snake
Yeah.
inside,
Yes.
usually we see politics, we see that people trying to brainwash, we see people trying to throw you into certain situation you cannot see the truth. So it's like clouded, all right? So my take right now is looking at this. It's still better to hold for the longer time, the long run, right? So when is a good time for your offer to technically really comes in? I will say this: you can try to put it out in September, all right? After 6th September, okay? After 6th September, right?
So meaning
Because
it's like I start to meaning I start to sell it again in after
after
Okay.
6th September, you try to put out offer
Okay.
again. Yeah.
Okay,
If you put
can.
up before 6th September, you may get low ballers again. That means people who come in and give you lousy pricing. Okay.
Okay.
If you
Yes,
put it
yes,
out
yes.
after 6th September, I think you're in a better energy timeline, and you'll
Okay.
be able to, get the price that you want. This is what I can
Yes.
see. The chance
Okay.
of you selling the price at the price you want, the chance is very high based on the Semen chart I'm seeing right now.
Okay.
Okay, so then I don't want you to succumb to this this convincing power that is beside you right now, or
Correct.
there are a lot of people
Yeah.
trying to convince you otherwise.
Yes,
Because I look at
yes,
your
yes.
current condition, it's not like your money is running out. Okay, because I look at the Semen chart, I know your money financial status, you are governing pretty well. So that is a
Okay.
plus point. Now when you got good financial status, you got holding power. Now when you got holding power, then why do you need to sell it now, right? So probably sell it in a much later time when you still can get profit. I don't believe that COVID-19, all the property will sell at losses. Impossible.
Correct.
If you
Yes,
read the
yes.
news properly, there are
Yes.
some property right now, just remote viewing can sell millions of dollars. It happened.
Correct. Yeah,
Okay?
correct.
So
Yes.
so don't get into this fear mode. Everyone's telling, hey, now you don't sell, you cannot sell anymore because next 6 months, next 1 year, COVID is going to be worse, and then you will lose a lot of money, and then this is the best price. Sorry, I don't subscribe to that because energy-wise, it's not telling me this. Okay. Again, I keep telling you about, you guys have been following for a while. I keep telling you that COVID-19 situation is not going to be permanent. All right. Yes, right now, I do agree government is trying their best to control. Yes. But I want to give you some historic data. If you look into the facts, all pandemics, all right, it's a cycle. You look at the Spanish flu, you look at 100 years ago, all the pandemics, right, it's a cycle. After that, what happens? Right? The economy will take a while to resume. After that, people will still come out, people will still engage. Okay. Although, of course, right now we can't see. Everyone is thinking that, I'm going to be stuck at home with this computer for the next 19 years. I don't think so, right? So I hope that I want to give you a bit more insight.
Yes,
but I do
yes.
agree that right now we should not all go out. I'm not here to encourage you, hey, let's go out because don't disregard this.
Yes,
no. The faster we get this under control, the faster it is for the economy to recover. Because right now, what we want is the economy to roll, right? When everybody stops spending money, the supplier don't get paid, the vendor don't get paid, you don't get paid, your business don't get paid. So we want this economy to roll back again. Once it starts, it can be a gradual recovery, doesn't matter. It can be 1 year, 1.5 year, 2 years, doesn't matter. Because what you know that eventually it will go up. So like every or the stocks market go up, come down, go up, come down. Now when I'm talking about this, because I see your palaces, your wealth position is pretty strong. And I also see there's a possible investment thoughts coming out in your palaces. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I want to give you a bit of a caution point. It's be careful if you play the stocks market this month. Right?
Okay.
Because this month, in the whole entire year, this month is what we call the month breaker. So that is the month breaker is going to tell you that there will be some big movement in the market. Okay, so if you are not sure, you get caught in between, and then this is it, right? Don't believe I know what everybody's subscribing right now. You see, look at the stock market, it's still going up. Right? COVID is coming down, stock market is still going up.
Yeah.
My question is this: why is the stock market still going up? All right? Is it being funded by some I don't want to go too public on this. Is it funded by
Yeah,
some
yeah,
government
yeah.
printing money?
Yeah, understand.
You get what I'm trying
Understand.
to tell you?
Yeah,
Those
no
build and
worries.
everything.
I,
Okay,
I
cool.
don't buy shares, so it's fine. Yeah.
Okay, just
Yeah.
be careful of that. Huh? Okay, I
Yes.
hope I
Okay.
answer your question on that.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Yes.
It's really
Yeah.
like yeah. Because I do understand I shouldn't be looking at the current one, but it's just like it's more convincing if I learn from a master that yes, yeah. So it's really helpful. Thank you very
Sure.
much.
You're most
Yeah.
welcome. You're most welcome.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you. Thank you.
let me just try to get one more viewer
Okay,
online.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just
Thank you.
bring this up. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, let's have okay. In order for you to come online, I probably need you to show your face, yeah? Okay, so if I get to see your face, it's probably easier. Okay, so we have Janice. Okay. Yes, Janice, how can I help you?
Oh, I didn't expect you to choose me. Thank you, Master.
Okay, no worries. I mean, this is
Okay.
the few people that appear out first, so I just pick it.
Okay. I am actually born with hurting officer, so I'm actually asking if I will have a second marriage.
You are born in hurting officer, and then you think you will have a second marriage. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. No, I'm asking if I will have a second marriage.
Okay, but are you still in a marriage right now?
No more.
No more. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
So then this is what I'll be looking at. Okay, technically, to look at that second marriage, the best way actually by right, the best way is to use 八字, right? 八字 will give you your blueprint on how do you actually get, where do your officer star comes in and where do your partner star come in. But no worries. Can you let me know that what is your year of birth?
1977.
1977. Are you born after February 4th?
Yes. September.
Okay, after February 4th. So 1977 right now is here. All right. So let me just bring out my pen. Just give me a while. Yeah. Okay. So this is what 1977. So this is the palace we are looking at right now. Okay. So if you look at this chart, if you want to be talking about maybe relationship, right? So you're asking whether, okay, let me just give you a clarity based on your understanding. All right. Now in the past, because your first question you already said, oh, I'm born in hurting officers. Will I be, probably I'm destined to have two marriage. Some people will tell you that, or you may read from books. Okay. So because some people say that, oh, hurting officer. Okay, why is that so? It's very simple. In the classic, very long time ago, right? People always says that any lady that is born in hurting officer, they call 伤官 in Chinese. So when you 伤官, that means you hurt the officer. So who is the officer? Officer is your husband. Right. So in ancient time, the minute the master open up your chart and say, hey, wow, this is a hurting officer lady. And then this is what they will say. They say that then this is a 克夫. 克夫, that means what? Counter the husband chart. That's what in ancient time people say. But I'm going to tell you this first, right? This is a misconception. In current times, it's not applicable anymore. All right? Because this is what I'm looking at, right? We say hurting officers. Yes, hurting officers do have a role when you talk about this person is there to challenge, there to counter and everything. But today, for the ladies in the modern society, if your wife happen to have hurting officer, congratulations, because it means that they are very independent lady, right? They are people that can take care of themselves. So the good part of hurting officers actually means that you are very, independent. You likes to have freedom, and then you likes to be in control of some of the things, right? It doesn't always means that you are a challenging person. You counter your marriage and everything. So sometimes you want to look at why does a marriage break down in a certain manner. It's your 八字 will get presented with a 10 years luck cycle. So certain luck cycle comes in. It could means that the communication barrier during then is disconnected, right? So when you're disconnected, you are on your own, and then he's on his own, and then that's when both of you start to look at different roads. So to answer your questions, right, will you technically have a husband in the future, right? Okay, the way I look at it is definitely possible. In fact, highly possible. Okay, this is what I'm looking at, right? So this is actually the palace I'm looking at, right? So based on you're looking for a future partner stars, right? Of course, then if you want to say that in terms of the relationship itself, right? This is what we can say in terms of relationship. It will be probably a role whereby you probably can feel that the relationship will give you a bit of headache. Okay, Because your question is very simple. Your question is asking me, is there a chance you get attached again?
Mm.
The answer is yes. All right. But I'm not here to tell you that the relationship will be a superb relationship. But don't discount everything from that, because remember this, there is still a choice for you to choose. So how do I choose? Right? In 八字, you choose very simple one. You just look at the person 八字, you look for compatibility stars. Okay? The stars that's compatible with you and your chart, that means what you get, you don't really need a chart technically that is doing the same thing that you're doing. That means you like this, you must like this. No, we are talking about compatibility. It means that you actually will share the same idea, will be able to talk on the same frequency. I thought that's important, right? So you can control this outcome because ultimately you are the one selecting, right? So if you ask me, the best part is go deep into your parts chart. So the next guy, before he comes in, before you even say yes to him, be your boyfriend and everything, please, you tell him, you want to be my boyfriend. I got one criteria: your date of birth and time, plus a photostat copy of your birth, just to show that it's the real one. So in case the guy also know parts, then he know what you're looking at. Okay, so that's what I will tell you, right? So I hope that you get your, I don't know how much expectation you want over this, but I will tell you that there's definitely a partner in the future. It's almost 100%. But of course, at this point, when you ask this question, right, if you rush into it, this partner, technically the relationship will be one that you felt that is controlling you, like restricting your freedom, like, certain things. The relationship doesn't want you to do this, do that, right? So that may contravene your hurting officer self again, because hurting officer cannot be controlled. Remember this.
Okay? I didn't know. Never I cannot be controlled. I didn't know.
Okay, they don't enjoy being controlled, right? Because hurting officers always have their way of doing things in their own work, right? No right or wrong over this. It's just that, some people, you tell them, hey, do this, right? Some people take instruction very well, right? But when you tell a hurting officer do this, you just tell him what is the outcome that you want. The hurting officer can get it settled. Okay, you say that the outcome is I need dinner tonight. That's all. But you don't go and tell a hurting officer, I need you to go to the supermarket, buy this seafood, that fish, get it at $4, $6. The hurting officer will, give you a very negative hand sign. Right? I hope you know what I'm talking about. Right? So that's the belief of this, yeah? All right?
Okay, can.
So have I answered the question? Yes?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Master.
You're most welcome. I hope the rest of you, you're picking some of the information that we are doing here, because like every time I try to read a chart, I also hope that you can study something about Chinese metaphysics. Okay, because this is important, because right now, the way that we can build businesses to succeed, to have control, is all metaphysics. So whether it's Feng Shui, it's Qi Men Dun Jia, right, or it's your 八字, all of this is in line. If you get access to this knowledge, this is where you got more control, right? So if you don't want to venture into this knowledge, there's no right or wrong. It's really up to you. The tools are there for you to use, right? So it's just like you're being presented with a faster car. Will you want to drive it, or will you still want to stick with your comfort zone to drive in your own time? So that's really up to you. This world right now, the way it is, we have already been opened up to a whole new world of knowledge. People can learn a lot of things online. People can go to YouTube, can learn how to become a chef, how to cook within like few days, right? So I think COVID-19 has turned a lot of us into a chef. Okay, so I hope that you enjoy this session. Yes. Okay. So let me just try to get one more lucky draw winner. Okay, before I actually look at more things. Yeah. Right. So I know that I'm not trying to delay you guys for too long. Okay. Before I talk about the lucky draw part, right? So this is some things that I'll be technically looking at. So if you have not gotten in yet, right? So this is what I need you guys to do. You need to like the post, share the post, set the post to public. And then once you have done that, when you do that, right, try to type in the keyword Semen. So if you have not do that, please do that now. Okay, type in the keyword Semen so I can actually have a draw. As usual, when I draw, pick a draw from the list of people. If you're not a sharer, you're not a top fan, right? I have to give it to the next person. Okay, so let me just basically this is the phone right now, right? So again, 1, 2, 3, right? So this is technically what I'll be looking at. So I get, so the first one is actually Ying Guan Lim. You look at it here. Ying Guan Lim is actually the first one. But unfortunately, there is no sharer on the status. So I hope you understand that. Then I will give it to the next one, which is Ray Sian Ong. So you look at Ray Sian Ong is the next sharer, just to, okay, it goes off. Ray Sian Ong. So Ray Sian Ong, you technically is the winner, right, of the 八字 Jumpstart. So as usual, as I say that you need to share to obtain this sharer status. You know, we have to jump to the next one. I hope you understand that, right? It's the rule for participating in the lucky draw. Okay, so don't walk away yet because I haven't give you the date and time for activation. Now, how many of you still wants the wealth activation? If you still want it, please type 1. Okay, type numeric 1 right now. You still want the wealth activation. So let me know that. Okay, so Ray Sian Ong, later on, please connect to our staff, right? So we will talk to you about giving you access to the 八字 Jumpstart program worth $497 for you. Okay, so now before I actually go on, okay, let me share, right, technically a lot of you has already been asking that how do I get onto this 八字, this Semen starter. Actually, it's quite straightforward, right? You want to get onto Semen starter, it'll be right at this link here. This is Kevin Foong, right? kevinf.co/Semen. Now, I think at the comment section is pinned out already. So if you want to get access to it, the promotion will actually ends, I think, tomorrow, right? So less than 24 hours. So if you have not got in, please get in fast because right after that is $497. Now, remember, when you get in right now, you do get a huge promotion, more than 50%, okay? And then what you'll be getting access is you also have access to the, technically this, your Semen plotter, yeah? So I'll be teaching you how you can use your Semen plotter, right? So with this, you get to know how to be using it. Because why is this important is because I want you guys to have access. Because sometimes you get this situation whereby, hey, my boss is coming to meet me or need to meet my client in like 20 minutes. Where I got time to still download app and, do all of this thing nonsense and go back and check your file and everything. You may not have time for that. So very simply, this is a URL, right? Semen.live. You get access immediately, right? So you get into it. I'll teach you how you pick up the information, what you want to use it for. Is it for sales? Is it for negotiation? Is it for you to ask back money, right? So what you want to use it for, Semen, there's a task list. So of course, the Semen starter is a starter program for you to get into Qi Men Dun Jia. Now, some of you, if you like what I'm doing, right? So you see that, hey, how come you can put out a Semen chart, look at, this person asked question, how do I get an outcome? What's going on right now? This is called Semen Divination. Of course, Semen Divination is the full-fledged program where I teach you how am I reading all this information here, the application part, right? Totally all of that is cool. That is launched next month. But if you get in the Semen starter, there is a special link that you can take advantage, right? You get more than 50% discount as well, right? So if you go on to the Semen starter, right on this screen that I'm showing you, kevinfong.co/Semen. So later on, get onto it. Make sure that you grab the Semen starter. If you like the Semen Divination, the full-fledged program, I'm teaching you here how to decode the current situation. Now, of course, the Semen starter, if you're not looking into decode information, you just want to use it to get success. Like, for example, the Semen activation, I'm teaching you on activation of your wealth, your healing and everything. That one Semen starter will get you there already, okay? But the one that wants to study everything about Semen to use all the full power, then it's Semen Divination, right? That's the full-fledged program. It's being launched next month. But Semen starter will be launched on the 16th, right? So that's actually next week. So next week, you'll get access to the 5 episodes of training. I'm pretty sure that within that 2 days, you will know how to now read the chart to use it for charging. How do I go to that direction to charge right now? Which direction? What is it? Okay. So that's what we are looking at. In case, because I got all of this question, what is Semen starter all about, right? Am I studying all of this Chinese character? No, you are not. Okay. I'm teaching application. You want to improve your sales? You can do it, right? So Semen starter will teach you how to improve your sales, right? Using the Semen energy charging, right? So 2 days ago, I give you guys an advice is to teach you how to charge using Semen Dun Jia. So if you got it, a lot of people got success, right? Some closed, their send contract. Some got a new job, unexpected job during this time, right? So how is all this possible? They've been trying for a long time, but suddenly when they use Semen and that thing activated. So how do you explain, right? So I'm not here to convince you. Again, there are tons of testimonials we have out there. There are people who's connected to the live tonight. They tested it themselves. They know. But in case, right, if you thought that you missed out the email 2 days ago, I'm going to give you one more date. So this is it, yeah? The date that I'm going to give it to you is, you probably want to record this down, right? So, but in case that you have not recorded down, then this is what it is, yeah? So on the 15th of June, Okay, so get this down, yeah, on the 15th of June. Okay, and this one is again for wealth activation. Right, some of you are looking for healing this and that. You can just get onto the Jumpstart, the Semen starter. There will be programs to teach you on healing. But because I know the majority of you is asking for money related thing, right? Especially in this current COVID-19 situation, I think money is very, very important. So on the 15th of June, this is what happens between 3 p.m. to 4:50. By right, it's to 4:59, but I don't want you to do at last minute charging, because what happens is when the time change to 5, it's a different formation. This thing will not work anymore, right? So you must do it specifically at this date and time, and have the back of your head, you need to face west. Okay, so this formation is about 75% energy, right? Compared to the last one I sent is about 80, 85, right? So, but this is still good. So if you miss the last one, this is not by me. I mean, I'm not the one that dictate, oh, which date is a good date, which date is a bad date. This is basically the system of Semen Dun Jia. From the system, I have to find the best date and time, and then I let you know. But next time you can do it yourself. If you want to do it yourself, just go to the Semen starter, get enrolled, get online. You can do it yourself immediately. You will be understand, oh, then which date, which time, because you will have access to the app, right? And I'm not charging you access to the app. So the app is for you to use for free, right? It's lifetime access for you to use. But of course, some of you, if you want to go into full-fledged program of Semen Dun Jia Divination, we got apps that's on the higher level. That one will need a bit of subscription service, right? This is to keep the service ongoing because we host all the data and everything. But for most of you, you're getting the Semen starter. You don't need to subscribe any apps, right? It's good enough for you to use. You need to know that these 2 hours, I want to negotiate. How do I win? I want to win. I want to ask my boss for a pay raise. How do I do it? Okay? You may think that the boss is about to fire you, you ask it now, right? But yet, if you can do it right now, this is technically how you'll be subscribing to this. Yeah, 15th of June, 3 p.m. to 4:50. This is what you do. Find out, use your phone compass, find out where is the west. You don't have to go to the west sector of your house. You don't have to. You can be in a living room, you can be a shopping center, you can be anywhere. Right at the west, when the back of your head is facing west, that means your front, you are facing east. I hope you don't misunderstand. If you connect the other way, it's the wrong energy formation, then your wish is not going to come true. Okay, so do that, right? So on the 15th of June, this time, the back of your head, again, when you are in that direction, what you do is, again, you connect to your higher energy. You need to set an intention. You need to be specific about what you want. And please, if you can, keep it down to one thing. You want that one thing to work, keep it down to the one thing. Don't, I want more money by this year. I want my father also have more money. My mother also have more money. My brother also more. This is not going to help, right? So the more specific you are about one matters, the higher chance you're going to get it, right? So of course, I'm not here to give you 100% guarantee, but use it because your 八字 luck will still place a date and time and energy interference. So your 八字 luck is no good. What this does, it gives you additional coverage. If your 八字 is already fantastic, you use this, you 10x your results. This is what we are talking about here, right? So do that for your Semen wealth activation. And while you are at it, can I ask you guys for a favor? Okay, if you want to help any of your friends, okay, can you send them this instruction as well? Is it easy? Right, it's easy, right? So I said, if you want to help your friend, your family, your father, your mother, please send them this instruction as well, right? Because I'm not here just to prosper you. So I'm always here. I'm here just as a teacher. So if I can teach you this thing, if you benefited, then you teach people around you. This is what happens as well. If you get onto the Semen starter, you benefited, you teach people around you. Because when your life change, right, the life of the people around you will change, like it or not. I believe in that. I solely believe in that. So in this way, it's always about give and take, right? So don't be the only winner in your house, right? So if you learn something, you teach, you share, right? So you try to let whoever you wants to get help. You know that the guy wants to win a contract, wants to get a job interview, and trying very hard. Then please use this, right? And you'll be able to get technically access to that. Now, of course, some of you wants to be downloading the guide itself. You wants to download the guide, right? The Qi Men Dun Jia guide, yeah. So this is the guide that I'm talking about. If you previously have not gotten this guide here, to give you an introduction about semen, right? You can actually download it right here. Okay. So how do you download it? It's very simple. You type Semen guide, one word. Don't need the open comma, inverted comma. You don't have to do that, right? So just Semen guide, one word. Okay. Now you don't have to stay in that direction throughout the whole timing. If you stay in that direction, well, from 3 to 4, I think you'll be frozen already because west direction for 2 hours. No. Don't have to. What you do is you get into that position, all right? Then within that 1 minute to 5 minutes, get into that meditation mode, the one I'm teaching you just now. Then after that, okay, you can be specific about what you want. Okay, when that is done, right, you immediately go and do the task you want to do. If you need to meet the client, then go to meet the client. If you need to call someone, you call someone. You need to do your Zoom meeting, you do a Zoom meeting, right? So if you want to get access to the guide, just type Semen guide. I think the system will automatically contact you, right? So if you, of course, like more things like that, there is one more thing, right? I will be releasing one more. Some of you is asking about wealth, no, asking about health, okay, or relationship. So if you want the one on health or wealth or relationship, I will release one more specially for relationship and health. You can use it, right? But I'll release that technically in my Telegram group. So if you don't know how to get that, right? So this is something I'll put it up here. I think my team will technically, if you want pin as well. But don't worry, I think let them get access to the Semen starter first, right? So this is our Telegram group, which is kevinfoong.co/Telegram, right? So if you get that, right? So technically what happens is you will get onto the Telegram group. If you don't know how to get it, just try to get into the Telegram group because I'll release the one more activation date for health and relationship in the Telegram group. So why Telegram group is because I always share my thoughts and best practices from there. I know some of you don't check your email immediately, right? So, but Telegram, sometimes you do, right? So when we send out this advice, you get onto the Telegram fast, right? Because Telegram is like your WhatsApp. It pop up immediately. I'll send you an instruction that you can use this like now. This is a good formation. You don't miss out. I know some of you was telling me that, I don't check email every day. I check like once a week. Okay, so if you check your email once per week, then probably the Telegram group will help you faster because this is where we send out all our materials, right? We don't send spams to the Telegram group. It's all helpful materials, guide you can download, right? And some of the activation instruction. So if you enjoy technically that part, then please go about doing it. So you can do that, then this will be good. Okay. So I hope that you really, technically, if you want to be getting a guide, please key in Semen guide. So you'll get to download that. But for most of you, you're asking how do you get started on the Semen starter? You want to learn that. The launch will be on the 16th, so you can get in right now. The discount will be over by tomorrow. So if you missed it, you go back to the standard price. Right now, you get more than I think it's $197, right? So you come in, right? This is at kevinf.co/Semen. You go into it. You will see that a lot of people has already signed up, yeah? Because the system actually tracks who signed up, and then you will show who are the one that signed up already. So you get to see some of their names also, right? So currently right now, we got almost close to, I think, 1,004 as of today, right? Excluding the one from Facebook ads, right? So quite a fair bit of people has already got on board. So you have not, then tries to learn this skill. I mean, I'm not here to convince you. I'm just telling you that these are skills that we'll be using. If you don't want to use it, it's completely up to you, okay? But I hope that you enjoy, learning metaphysics and using it to transform your life and change your life. And of course, I hope that you enjoy tonight's session and tries to tune in with me on the next session, because the next session, I'll be talking about Semen Destiny Chart, right? So you have studied a bit on Semen, on energy activation. So today is all about energy activation. That's covered in your Semen starter, right? Some of you wants to be studying the Semen Divination that I did, for example, our callers online. That one is a full-fledged program. That's next month, right? But you can get on it now with a special 50% discount. So when you get on Semen, the form itself will show you. So someone wants to get access to the Semen Divination, you can get on it. Semen Destiny will be covered in our next session, and then the guide will also update it with more information. So I hope that you enjoyed tonight's session, and of course, I'll see you live for my next session. Please remember to click live notification. Some of you are watching this from YouTube channel. We are streaming it live. Do click the bell notification as well, because this will allow you to get notified. So you don't need to look at emails. Next time there's a live session, you get notified immediately. You don't click this, you're gonna miss out, right? So if you missed out, then you wouldn't say that, why you didn't send me the instruction earlier on, right? So this is what we want you to be connected. Try to be connected to us. We teach you from time to time. All of this live session is free. There is no need for you to pay anything, right? For some of you who are serious about bringing success to the next level, then feel free to support us in some of our online classes, and then I'll see you there. Okay, so thank you. Good night. Have a very fun and restful Saturday night. Cheers. This is Master Kevin Foong signing off.